Well, if that's your resolution, hopefully you are able to stick to it.
Good
It's hard
one.
to make
Yes.
it last, so maybe it makes sense. I mean, sometimes a year can be daunting, so maybe just try it once.
Squish it down to
Whatever the resolution is.
It is. I feel like it's just like eating, though. You gotta just, the moderation thing is key. Like over time, I just think about, oh, how many times I said, okay, this month, no sugar.
Yeah.
You know, or this month or this week, no this.
Well, I'll say like no of something, but then you just go from having like a decent amount to zero. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of, you know, okay,
tough.
half the sugar,
Right.
a fourth of it.
Right.
Baby steps.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Baby
Yeah.
steps. Temperatures for us are going to be going in the right direction, but it is kind of going to be one of those baby step scenarios, especially getting into the weekend. Before that, yeah, we're still talking about the inversion. We did mix it up enough to see some sunshine this weekend. It was beautiful out there when that happened, but we will start off 2018 with a strengthening inversion. Hopefully shouldn't get to the point like our last one, but we do have the possibility of some low clouds and fog here over the next couple of days as things stay pretty darn quiet in our neck of the woods, high pressure and control. More clouds will move into the picture by Thursday. Then we get a chance of showers Friday into Saturday. One of those storms, I think the second one, should be enough to mix things up again and get that inversion moving on. We turn dry again early next week, so kind of one thing coming, and that's about it. And we want to see this storm door just stay open. We want to see storm after storm for the mountains, for the ski areas. Unfortunately, at this point, I'm seeing a couple days where we could see some winter weather, otherwise relatively quiet. Jet stream forecast again, where we show you what's going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere. These lines kind of showing the driving directions of our winds up in that range. Again, where everything coming in from the northwest right now, but high pressure is in control and will kind of stay camped out in our west region here for the next several days. So that's going to allow, I think, some of that fog and haze to settle in here on the valley floor over the coming days and, yeah, make it a little more noticeable that we're dealing with an inversion. It'll be warmer getting into the mountains as we head into the afternoon today. So some areas in the high terrain today going to be warmer than us down here in the valleys. Then as we get into Friday and Saturday, things start to change. We break down that ridge of high pressure. We get our next storm dipping into the region. So Fridays looks to be very light as far as the impact, but I think Saturdays at this point, and again, no timing can change on this type of stuff, but I think Saturdays should be enough to both break the inversion, hopefully send some mountain snow showers into the region. We'll see more rain in here in the valleys than anything else as our temperatures will be back above freezing. So we'll stay below freezing and likely in the upper 20s to low 30s if we're lucky these next few days as that inversion builds in. By Friday, as we start to see things coming back into play here, a more normal pattern shaping up, that storm moving in, temps will start to rebound. So we'll be about average by Friday and a little bit above average on Saturday with highs climbing close to 40 degrees. Not quite the same picture for many areas across the country. Again, we've been talking about that extreme deep freeze that's in effect for parts of the Midwest, the Plains, the East, and the South. This will turn toward a more of a New England setup as we get into the weekend. So a secondary blast of Arctic air coming into play for parts of the Midwest and the Northeast getting into the later part of this week. But for now, you can see we have wind chill advisories and warnings draped across a huge section of the country, not to mention hard freeze warnings down south. So we're talking about bitter cold air stretching as far south as Texas, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi. We're going to see some of these areas with unusually cold temps. And again, in that region, we've seen a lot of record-shattering lows. The coldest wind chill recorded in North Dakota actually was 58 below zero. So dangerous cold. We're kind of on the outer fringe of that, staying chilly but dry around here. So nice to see that. Highs today going to be in the low 30s for us here in the valley. Wind chills might keep us in the upper 20s, but as you go hour by hour, again, plan for 20s this morning, only getting into the 30s as we head into the early hours of the afternoon. And then I think by 6, 7 o'clock, we dip back down into the 20s. Wind chill, though, going to keep us feeling like upper 20s for daytime highs, even though your readings will show we're going to land about freezing for much of the Treasure Valley. McCall also hitting that freezing point. So again, the temperature inversion starting to show up here on the map. And then, yeah, we're going to notice quiet conditions above it for the next few days. So futurecast looking relatively quiet, not much going on here, at least until Thursday into Friday. With Thursday's system, we're going to watch for a slight window of freezing rain across parts of our forecast area, but it's not looking super likely at this point, but possibly worth mentioning. There comes Friday, Saturday's storm spinning in off the coastline as early as Friday out west of us. So we're going to hope that brings us some snow. It does look to be a warmer storm as it approaches the coastline, but should be enough to get some snow up in the mountains. Obviously, we saw last weekend's storm kind of fizzle out a little bit, so it's all going to depend on the track of that, which we don't have the specifics on yet, but we'll keep an eye on it, let you know here in the coming days. But for us, know that hopefully it'll just at least be enough to shake the inversion and warm things up around here a little bit.
Yeah, and for us skiers and snowboarders, we just know